strange.
Strange.
Strange. Strange.
Strange.
And it's time for Strange Wands with host Tom Cap from Strange Brew Podcast.
And this is Juan from the Juan on Juan Podcast.
Let's get strange. Yes. Let's
Okay,
get
this is
strange.
me riding my boat through this area that we're going to be talking about.
Is it pretty trippy? Like, does it look like people would live there?
Oh, 100%, bro. It's an area where
Trippy.
it's just acres and acres of land. And this is a video that we shot for this tackle company out there.
Is that
There I am.
sunfish?
That's me driving my boat.
Who's that homie?
That's my boy Joe. He's one of my
Boy
good
Joe.
friends.
Yeah, if I could ever break it down to Florida, hopefully one day when Trudeau stops being Hitler, then maybe he's not throwing people in camps. But if I posted a video and it's like him being like, I don't know, like he's like the fact that we have to have an election every 4 years to keep us governing the people. He says something about it's like stupid, and it's just like, yeah, that's how democracy works. So we have a choice. Even though democracy is kind of an illusion, it's like I posted a video where it's pretty much him contradicting himself every time he talks. And it's like, oh yeah, like we love democracy. We're a great democracy. We're gonna help the people in the Ukraine, and we're gonna make sure that democracy reigns. And then there's a cut to a clip of him saying like, oh yeah, but you know what? I don't know why we let them vote for us. He's like, these people that question our authority and question me all the time for the decisions I'm making. I don't know why we allow these people. And it's just like, bro, you're literally talking like a fucking like Mussolini, like a dictator. Guys, something mentally wrong with him, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm surprised he's lasted this long.
And
you guys haven't overthrown him.
It's set up that way. They can't. Seems like we're stuck with him now with the NDP and the merger between the NDP and the Liberals. We're stuck with him until 2025 because
Damn.
So it's essentially like you guys have a 2-tier system for the most part. But so we have the Liberals, NDP, Conservative, the Green Party, which nobody votes for, and then we have the PPC, which is the Party for the People, and they're the ones that were really anti-lockdown, anti-forcing people or coercing people to take shots, stuff like that, whatever. So they merged with the NDP that everyone already kind of knew were in cahoots with the Liberals, and now essentially they've merged together in a coalition. And now they're able to keep Trudeau in power to 2025. And it's like it's illegal. And nobody voted for this. The people that voted NDP did not vote Liberal. And the people that voted Liberal did not vote NDP. Canada's going down the toilet real fast. Real fast.
Well, let's see what happens. I don't think that we're going to be here much longer, Thomas. I think that the world's going to come to an end soon.
Joe Rogan said 2040, right?
I don't know what he said. He also said that we needed the New World Order or something. Did you hear about that?
What?
Yeah, he endorsed I'm going to have to pull up the article, but he said something about that we would be fucking lost without the system or something. Oh, Anton was actually the one that sent it to me.
Joe's falling down a pit, man. Like
when they offer you $100 million for your show, bro.
He was on point for the whole time COVID was fucking going on. And now it seems like because of the things that he's been in hot water, seems like he's changing his tune a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, I would too with $100 million, bro.
Would you? Would you sell yourself out?
I wouldn't sell my soul, but I might if they told me like, hey, it comes with some restrictions. I'd be like,
If Biden offered you $100 million, but you have to lick his toes every morning, would you do it?
Nah, bro. No. Like some weird ritual, like ceremony every morning, just like lick his toes. Nah, fuck that.
It's like it's 10 o'clock. Juan, come in here. All right, you gotta do your ritual. Lick my toes.
Well, not be initiated into some secret society. I think podcasting is a secret society in its own, bro.
I know. We're going to get into a lot of stuff coming this year. I have a lot of good ideas, and there's going to be a lot of fun. So honestly, let's talk about the fucking the pig people. It's the Florida Squallies. They're a bunch of crazy fucking pig people, and they will eat you.
What the fuck is that? That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, he loves sticking the tongue out, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been in this area, bro. Alligator Alley and all this stuff that they're talking.
So
and check this out. Yeah, it's super trippy because one day I was on Google Earth, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking for I think I was gonna go fishing actually, and I was looking for an area, and I was like, man, let me see what's out here in the Everglades, right? Like, let me see what's, because the Everglades is huge, right? We have
Yeah, for
the
sure.
skunk ape, and we have a lot of weird shit that goes on out there. And I was looking through the Everglades, dude, and there's people with houses out there. There's literally hundreds of little houses that people have built out there, and they just get around on their airboats and they go to these places, and I don't know,
Well,
they
didn't
could
we
be
talk about
some,
that one guy? There's that one dude that like lived in
yes,
the middle of the Everglades, and he like fucking didn't he do something weird?
a whole town in the yeah, which they're real, bro. They're out there, and there's also out in Homestead, out in the Everglades, there is an abandoned. I haven't been there yet because I don't have
Yeah.
anybody to go with, but there's an abandoned old rocket silo out there where they would test for NASA. They were testing the fuels, and this company was out there. And there's actually a rocket that's still in the ground, bro.
What? Man, that's where the big
Yeah.
people came from, dude. They were experimenting on them.
Well, I mean, we kid around this stuff about this stuff, but we know that the government, especially here in Florida, dude, look into the phosphate mining where they're
Yeah.
dumping hundreds and hundreds of gallons of radioactive waste into our oceans and into our waterways. This is a real thing. This is not. I hit this guy up a while back. He made this documentary which I really enjoyed, and I hit him up to come on the show because he's here in Florida, and he never got back to me, but he was exposing pretty much this group of companies that are just mining the land in the southwest region
Yeah.
of Florida, and they have these whole ponds, bro, these lakes full of radioactive waste that are just going to sit there for forever because there's
Yeah.
nothing that we can do about it.
Yeah, meanwhile, they really want to change the earth with their climate change bullshit that I don't even
Bullshit,
trust
bro.
half of what they're saying anyway. It's too bad we weren't closer, or like I always say, like this technology that we definitely have. But imagine the ability where we just erased borders and everyone lived in happiness. We all had, not communism, same style wealth, but everyone could live with enough money, enough food to live in a sort of utopia with the technology we have. If we had like some Futurama kind of shit where you go in a fucking portal and you just shoot,
Bro, Rick and
or
Morty,
like,
dog, not Futurama. What the fuck is wrong with you? Rick and
I
Morty,
know
son.
Rick and Morty is
OG.
the shit. I love Rick and Morty. The last season I've watched some of it. I need to catch all of it. But like this idea, right, that I believe, and I've heard in some of the research I've done, right, they have these like kind of like sonic elevators where you can go from like Florida to fucking Australia in the matter of minutes, if not seconds, because we've heard that with stuff to do with Area 51 and all that stuff. But imagine if we lived like it gave it to the everyday people, and people just lived in happiness and there was no borders and anything, and I could just like shoot over to Florida and come hang out with you, and it would take me 5 minutes to get to Florida, which I do believe they have technology to be able to do this. I really
Yes.
do. And the same way that Elon Musk is trying to create this sort of technology and ways of passage between places. You can get to fucking. That's what I heard. Can't remember what I was watching, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I stepped in this elevator," and he's like, "I felt something weird with my stomach," and then they opened the doors, and there was a military guy there, and he's like, "Welcome to Australia," and he was
Ancient
like, in the
aliens? Is that
States.
ancient aliens, bro?
It probably was ancient aliens or something like that. But it seems like something they would definitely talk about. But we'll get a topic for another day. Make sure to join on both of our Patreons because me and Juan both have Patreon ups, and eventually want to get back into do maybe a Stranger Danger episode where we can just full on rant and literally talk about what we want, because Patreon, there is no censorship. It's our content. You know what I mean? There's some community guidelines, but not a lot.
You post your titties on there too, Tom.
Yeah, I will. I'll show you guys my nipples, okay? And if you guys join the Patreon, I'll show you my dick too. So the Golden Gate Estate, a private community located deep within the Florida Everglades, is a hidden gem. And it's crazy how many times we have talked about the Everglades. The whole thing, the mysterious triangle, I think that's what we talk about, that surrounds sort of around the Everglades. We also talked about the skunk ape when we did our Bigfoot and his cousins episode, the first episode me and Juan ever did together. But the Everglades is so many mysteries and
well,
like
it's not only that,
on.
bro. It's these vast open areas of, you have these deserts, the Sahara Desert, the Mojave Desert, all these places of high strangeness, which we know. And I actually, dude, I'm doing an episode on Parsons Jack Parsons
Parsons,
here
yeah.
coming up soon, and I made a connection with Van Tassel and
What?
Parsons.
Really?
Yes, dude, the craziest
What
thing.
the
It's
fuck?
crazy. Yes, it's crazy. So we have these areas of high strain just along ley lines, because the
Yeah,
Everglades is along a ley line as well.
that's
And
true.
it's, we have in the Bible, we have these stories that, we know that Jesus was tempted in the desert by Satan. So they say that these evil spirits and this evil energy, which we know that, according to the law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be
Yeah.
transformed, right? So we know that this energy is here. Now, what it does while it's on this realm is up for interpretation, okay? That's why we
Don't be
talk
dissing
about...
Satan. Satan was the good guy. He was giving him the fucking tree of knowledge, right? No,
So
it's weird.
it's weird, bro. So again, the Everglades not falling short of that is a second. Bro, I've been out there. When you're
Yeah.
out there, Tom, in the morning, the sun's rising. I've been there fishing.
Weird energy.
Numerous, bro, 100%, bro. I've
Yeah.
taken a shit out in the Everglades twice. All right, bro. So
He's
I've
like, I'm
been here.
connected to Mother Nature now.
It's
My
fucking
poop
amazing,
is a
bro.
part of Mother Nature, and my poop is connected to me, which means I am the poop, which means I am the ground, which means I am the Everglades.
So check this out. I'm gonna pull a picture up of me in the Everglades overlooking.
It's cool you're getting
this.
in Jack Parsons because we're eventually gonna it's gonna happen on Strange Brew. We'll talk about Scientology, which I think will make a series. And who knows, maybe we'll have you jump on and we'll me, you, and Anton will do a 3-part series on Scientology. It goes fucking deep. I'm not ready to get into that shit yet. I am not ready to get balls deep into Scientology research at all. I'm not ready for it. But in the next year, maybe 2, for all the fans, you will hear us get into that. It's deep, man. It's so deep.
So here I am right here, bro. This is out in the Everglades, not close to where we're gonna be talking about, the place that we're gonna be talking about, but sort of near. So,
well, that's what I was gonna say. It's too bad that I couldn't shoot through a portal or some sort of elevator and meet up with you, because I'd go to this haunted rocket place.
I don't know if it's haunted, but it's
whatever it is.
it's just land, bro. Just land. And then, dude, it was crazy because along US 1, before you get into the Keys, there I am fishing in the Everglades, fly fishing with my boy Joe.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I love fishing too, so I would definitely, if there's this day, and we'll film it too. Whenever the day comes where me and Juan can actually hang out, and maybe I can go down to Florida and we can figure out how to do this. Or if you travel up to Canada at some point when we're not authoritarianism anymore, I would love to go fishing with you, man. There's so many things we could do. And, it's just, I wish we had the better technology than they're telling us we do, because it would be a pretty easy trip if I could just shoot through a rocket and just,
bro, check this out. So I was driving my boat on this lake here in Florida.
Yeah.
And check this out, dude. It was the most funniest thing. Watch, listen. I was like, I'm looking at my depth finder, and there's an island called Dick Island. So my boy's recording, and as soon as he pans over to me, I go, "Hey, look, it's Dick Island." Dick Island.
That's what I was saying. Like, man, I love when you get a full-on belly laugh, like when you saw me hit my face with the fucking mic.
You motherfuckers want to keep playing those scary. You want to keep playing those scary. God damn it, that's fucking hilarious.
It's just that idea of like when you like everyone does that idea where you get in that laugh where you're like barely laughing, you're like really like just
so bro, there's something about being out in these open places like this. This is in the middle of nowhere pretty much. I really like being out there because I put my phone down and I connect with nature. We're literally shitting in the woods.
That's why I'm starting to get into microdosing mushrooms. A little bit of a rant at the beginning of this episode. Me and Juan haven't talked for a little more than a week, so we're just kind of having a little Jean on. We're just going off about a little stuff. But I just got I'm getting to start microdosing mushrooms. I got a half ounce. Going to probably buy a half ounce every month or a month or two, and I start microdosing to an extent. And doing 1 to 2 grams every week. Help with the old noggin and stuff like that too, because they're really good for your brain. But like
lion's mane is good too, bro.
Well, I've said it. I've talked to people about the honey that you've got. I eventually want to try to get in the honey, that fucking crazy psychedelic honey that those
Oh,
bees
mad honey.
produce.
Yeah. I was just
Yeah,
talking to Mark and Chris about this the other day. They're like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, bro, I
yeah.
got some honey from Nepal, from the Himalayas, where you can take it. And it's supposed to be like an indica high. I haven't done it because I'm terrified
Sounds
of
fun.
psychedelics, but I'm going to try it soon.
See, and I've said that I want to do acid one time. I want to try acid fucking once. I got tons of my buddies have done it. My cousin's done it a bunch. I want to do acid once. And I want Chelsea to trip sit me to make sure I don't fucking murder somebody or myself. Because
Don't
it's
say that, bro.
But the thing is too with supposedly, right, they always say that mushrooms, you're in the rocket and you're kind of strapped to it. You can't really do anything about it. Where
Yep.
acid, you're controlling the rocket. So I've heard that from numerous people. They're like, it lasts a lot longer, but you're able to control your high. You are in depth and you're able to understand that this is just a high, where supposedly
Interesting.
mushroom will fuck
Yeah.
you up more. So, and I'm going to start doing this more often. That's what I was saying about nature, is that I said Chelsea, I was like, we're gonna have to do it inside, to an extent. But I said, I was like, we have a big fireplace out in the back. I was like, let's just do like a gram this summer, you know what I mean? And just trip out and talk by the fire, because you just go into these deep ass conversations. And that's why I'm really trying to convince Anton, and I was like, maybe I'll get Juan to convince Juan. But I was like, I don't know.
Count me out, bro.
I want to do a live stream high on mushrooms, like just a gram. And Anton's like, I gotta stay with nature. I gotta be with nature. I'm not doing mushrooms unless I'm with nature. And I was like, yeah, but I've done it inside and it's still fun. You can still carry
Bro, I
conversation.
touched concrete while I was high on mushrooms and I cried because it was the saddest fucking
I
thing
know.
ever,
true.
bro.
But I want to convince Billy one day. And that's why I posted that meme. Did you see it, where it's like trying to convince Billy to do mushrooms?
Yeah, I saw.
It's like, no, because he's someone that's only tried it once, did way too much that he could handle, and it gave him the worst experience when it came to mushrooms. And I'm like, you just give it another try. Do a gram. Where that way, me and him are together, right? We're physically together. We can go through it together. A gram would just make him laugh. I'm like, you'll just laugh about the stupidest shit and you'll get in the dumb conversations. But
Yeah.
another
But
story for another day.
I'm gonna be meeting up with homie Romy because he's coming down to Florida soon.
Homie
and
Romy.
Yeah, homie Romy. We're thinking about going out to the Everglades and actually doing an episode out there. So
Yo, do it on mushrooms out in the Everglades, and then you can talk to the skunk ape.
Not on mushrooms, but maybe he's gonna bring some Cronus chronic. He said because he grows weed for a living. So
Ooh, that would be fucking dope, actually. All right, let's get into pig people.
So
nice
again,
program.
these vast areas, right? We
Yeah.
have Alligator Alley, which is a highway that runs through literally the middle of the Everglades in Florida. It's at the tip of Florida, and you have
this
this
is where
highway.
this is at.
Yes, exactly. So I've been there, bro. I've driven through here. I've seen the scenery there. It's very psychedelic, and when you're out in these areas, you do feel a connection with this source. And it's unfortunate that we like pollute and fuck up the environment.
And it makes you think of that shit when you're on mushrooms and shit. It does, because I believe that mushrooms is a way to connect with nature. And the thing is, like, the best experience I've had is on mushrooms was like listening to Alan Watts in my backyard, as I could see the grass breathing and the trees breathing and like almost like talking to me while I was listening to Alan Watts. And it's the best experience. And Chelsea's never experienced it because she was inside, and I've said this story before, watching Friends, and she was tripping out how the fact that Joey is an actor and he's acting inside the show as an actor. And then she's like staring at the blankets move and shit like that. And, like, just tripping out of her own thoughts. Like she likes mushrooms. She doesn't like the beginning of it, but she likes that she deeply thinks. It causes her to go deep inside of herself and even think about her relationship and the way her life's been, stuff like that.
Oh, don't make her think about that, bro. She'll fucking break up with you, bro.
She'll kill herself on mushrooms, man.
Don't do that.
And that'll be the first time anyone's ever done that. But it's just, that connecting with nature, and that's what I want to do going forward. But I still have the ability where I want to do mushrooms even inside and meditate and use them to my advantage, because I think they're the best medication you can take. That's why you got to have pain. Right, that's where the stomach pain, and the psychological pain sometimes when it comes to mushrooms, because you're supposed to. It's therapy, and therapy is supposed to be tough, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah. No, it's again. I mean, I agree with 100% with what you're saying.
So obviously, deep in the Everglades, in the Golden Gates Estate, it was here that the Rosen family dates back to the 1960s. They devised a land scheme to profit from. Parts of this property stretch for kilometers or miles, whatever you want to say, without a single house having been built on them. So these people kind of came in and want to do their own thing. So like a piece of land of this land was known as Alligator Alley, which I don't think
about it, dude.
I don't want to go there.
I went to Coral Castle, right, where Homeboy was deep in the Everglades, pretty much. You know, before Florida was being developed, these earlier years. I can only imagine what it was like because it's a swamp, bro. It's a swamp, and we know that in these swamps you ever heard of ball lightning? You ever heard of that?
Oh, didn't we talk about that when we talked about Coral Castle, or maybe we didn't? I feel like we and you have talked about ball lightning before.
Maybe. I mean, we talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know.
So I've heard of people talk about these balls of lightning, this energy just rolling around, and people, I mean, you know, when it comes to cryptids, bro, like something like this, especially where I'll believe in aliens when an alien comes forth and shakes my hand and tells me I am from, like whatever, like, just like, here, go, like whatever, like I'll believe, like, oh my God, it's real. Like I believe in alien, you know what I mean? Like this is what I would be like, you know, I want to play this real quick, you know, like you got that alien just in on your face, like, oh fuck, it's real. You can clip that, bro.
Oh man!
But so if I see a pig person, I want to see it, you know, face to face. You know
I agree. I will always believe in aliens, even if I can't see them, because I believe that they exist on the fringes of our reality, right? But yeah, I still want to meet one. If they want us to fuck me in the ass with a probe, I'll be down for it if I can shake their hand afterwards.
What if you get an alien or a pig man and he goes, listen, dude, I got the secrets of the universe. Now, he's a little bit like Aleister Crowley. He's like, but I got to fuck you in the ass to show you these secrets.
On the ridiculous fucking, which you can now catch on Patreon only, was the crazy St. Patty's Day episode Juan missed, where I literally fell the fuck
So happy I wasn't there, bro.
I fell the fuck. Oh, you would have had fun, but I got drunk during the ending of it, where I was like went incoherent, and as soon as the alcohol started hitting me, because I drank almost a full 26er on the live of fucking whiskey.
You stupid fuck.
I know. And I said to Anton and Billy, I was like, I was not paying attention to how much the bottle was gone. I was just pouring, having fun. And it was like almost 2 hours in when they were asking me, like, what would it take Tom to join the Illuminati? And I was like, yeah, what would it take me to join the Illuminati? Like, I was fucked. It was retarded. It's worth a watch if you can jump on the Patreon. Shit. But like, you know, all these ideas and shit, that's why you got to pay attention to the live specials, because we do them. And Juan and Anton had a good idea of, instead of like where I like to do them around holidays, we're going to start doing live specials with specific topics. Like we might do a whole live episode talking about cryptids, maybe a whole live episode talking about true crime.
Oh, I mean, I'm doing a live stream this Saturday. Impromptu shit. Just get together and just talk. You know what I mean?
Well, it's just, you know, I like having a specific topic. I don't know if it's my OCD.
Fuck that, bro.
But I think that's a good idea if we're going to do lives, where Anton made the point of like, man, people are fucking getting drunk or they're busy during, you know, like certain holidays. So they usually catch it afterwards when the holidays already over. So I think going forward, when it comes to our live shows, just to shout this out, we'll be sticking to a topic-ish, but we're not going to do it specifically when it comes to holidays unless it's necessary. I know the fans do like some of the Christmas and Halloween ones. So we'll probably do a Halloween live like we always do, but we're going to start doing that as a yearly thing, I think, for at least Halloween, because I'm going to dress up. So obviously there's a piece of land. So it's Alligator Alley, which I wouldn't want to go to. And it was purchased by the state of Florida for the purpose of restoring it to its original condition. This area is fairly wild, and it's home to obviously various species, including bears, bobcats, deers, hogs, panthers, amongst other creatures.
Gators. Forgot gators, bro. This is why it's called Alligator Alley, bro. People run over gators there all the fucking time.
That's so mean, though.
I mean, but if it's in the middle of the night, bro, you don't see a big ass gator in the way. I mean, you can't kill yourself to not. There's plenty of gators. I mean, nobody's gonna miss the fucking gator.
Imagine having a mushroom trip and seeing an alligator, and then you make eye contact, and then he stands up on two legs. It's like I
promise you, bro. If you've seen the size of alligators that I've seen out there, you don't want to see them on mushrooms, because they're huge, bro. I'm telling you, like, they're ginormous.
You don't think you'd become You don't think you could like psychically connect with one?
Fuck no, he doesn't give a shit about me, bro.
And then you can put a leash on him, and you be like, you kill my enemies.
I mean, I'm sure there's a Florida man that's already done that. They beat me to that, 100%, bro. There's that's the most Florida man thing that you can see.
Well, as we're talking about pigs, right? Pig people of Florida. I feel like 50% of fucking Florida is pig people.
So check this out, bro. Here's we have the conspiracy. Which was it? I don't want to quote. I don't think it was it Teddy Roosevelt, the one that implemented the national park.
Yeah, Yosemite Sam.
Anyways, whatever president that was, I believe it was Teddy Roosevelt. I'm pretty sure it was Teddy Roosevelt.
Theodore to everyone else.
Yeah, Theodore. I'm sorry. He implemented the national park law where you would have these
it was him. It was
huge plots of land, and they would be considered for the state. This area that we're talking about now is part of the Everglades National Park. Now, why is it, dude? If the government knows some shady shit is going on, what do they always do? They either make it top secret or hey, this is part of the government now, right?
Yeah.
This is only part of the government. You can't do anything out here. Whatever happens out here, whatever. This is sacred land or whatever it may be. So I've always thought about these things. And when you brought that up, that it was in the middle of this area, this conservation area, I go, do they know? And that's why they turned it into a conservation area, and they don't want people going out there building shit and running into these right? Because the chupacabra was also a government experiment gone wrong. Supposedly. Allegedly.
And we talked about throwback. So who knows too, right? And obviously, like even in Canada, some guy built his dream home, fucking bare hands, built a nice ass home. And now the government is suing him for squatting because it's on public property.
Wow.
Even though he's in the middle of the fucking woods, in the middle of nowhere.
It's like, so do they know that there's portals out there? Yeah. Do they know that there's something? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of
Canada. Fuck Canada. And I'm Canadian. I fucking hate this country now. Trudeau has destroyed it. Local legend has it that this wonderland is also home to other inhabitants. They're referred to as the Squallies, short humanoid creatures with pig-like snouts. Are best described for these beings. And if you've ever seen the 1980 film, The Private Eyes, I don't know who would have watched this film unless you like listen to jazz and like Don Knotts, because it's starring Don Knotts, I guess country, and Tim Conway. You would recognize these animals as similar being to Wargler. I think that's a Wargler monster, but smaller in size. So this is what this motherfucker looks like.
So, okay. That's terrifying. So
it is terrifying. The fact that he has a fucking wig on, he has his big bulky hair, like he looks like he looks like what's his name, Berkowitz. He looks like fucking Berkowitz with fucking a pig face.
So I'm sure you have. Have you ever seen the movie The Hills Have Eyes?
Yes.
You know that they
is specifically good.
So when they put these movies out about these people living in the boonies that are interbred and all this stuff, I think about this. Because again, the reason that they put these movies out is because it could be a possibility. Again, it's in the symbolism.
When you were talking about Florida and how in the Everglades, now there's people living out there in these like shacks, essentially.
100%. You want to pull up Google Earth, bro? Can I share my screen and then I pull up Google Earth and I find these houses for you?
It reminds me of, you ever seen Wrong Turn?
Yes.
So like these people in Wrong Turn that are like deformed, mentally challenged, crazy ass people.
Bro, if you're a pig person, you're gonna have sex with another pig person, so you're gonna be interbred.
But the reptilians found us very sexy when they came back to Earth. These pig people probably like that woman over there. She smells pretty. So obviously they're referred to as the Squallies. They're short humanoid creatures. They're creepy ass looking. They're smaller size of the guy that is obviously in Private Eye starring. I actually want to watch this movie now, considering there's a pig person in it. It doesn't sound like I don't like. Don Knotts is a weird fucking dude. No, I'm Don Knotts.
Look, so Tom, so you get a vastness of how I'm sharing my screen. So you get a vastness of how huge this place is. I want you to just really put it into perspective, and for the listeners watching or listening at home, I want you to check this video out on YouTube. But so we have here, this is Alligator Alley, bro. This whole thing right here, that stretches from one side of Florida all the way to the other side of Florida. That's Alligator Alley. So the part that we're talking about is this whole thing here. Now, Check it out. I've been fishing. Let's see here. I'm gonna find the exact boat ramp that I've been fishing at.
Pretty cool, yeah.
The
Pretty cool.
exact
Like,
boat ramp.
I've tried to share my screen before. That's actually pretty
So
dope.
the video that I showed you earlier, Tom, was
yeah.
here. Was it here? No, it wasn't. It was anyway. It was somewhere in here. It was Francis something or other boat ramp.
Pretty
Anyway,
trippy, man.
It's in. I'm pretty sure it's here. So check this out, bro. We have the middle of the Everglades. Okay, this is the Everglades right here. This is what Florida is made of. This is Everglades. Okay, check this out. I was looking through here one time. I'm like, huh. You know, I wonder if there's anybody out here. Okay, let's see. Oh, we have somebody with a camp here. So there's a house here somewhere, right? Somebody marked that with a camp.
What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
But check this out. There's actual houses out here. I'm gonna find one.
Yeah, so for listeners, this is if you want to
Right here,
join
look.
YouTube.
Look at this. Look at
What
where
the
this is at, Tom. Check it out. In the
It's
middle of the
nowhere.
fucking Everglades, bro.
Yeah, and they sued that guy in Canada for squatting. These motherfuckers need to get sued under Trudeau's regime.
And mind you, this is all water, Tom. You see it here. You see these trails. People run.
All
with their-
water?
All water. This is. It looks like grass, but it's all water, dude. It's swamp.
Do you know that they filmed Mars in Canada?
What?
there's a theory, and they matched up. If you can find
Oh,
out,
I've seen that.
Yeah, you can find on Google Earth that
Check
supposedly.
this out, bro. Look at this.
What the fuck?
Look,
That's a
where it's
house.
at. That's a house. Look where it's at. Look, boom. Middle of there, guys.
How long would it take to probably get there? Hours to get in the deep thick of the woods?
Yeah. So I mean, this is pretty, bro. This is probably like a good 45-minute ride, depending on how
What the
fast you're
fuck?
going.
Yeah, and there's weird.
Check this out. These are government facilities out here.
Oh, what the fuck?
Look at this. Look at this. And I'm gonna show you that rocket silo. So I've
That
been
is
fishing
so
here.
weird, dude.
So the Big Cypress National Preserve. I've been fishing here. There's a place called Everglades City. Right. It's a city in the middle of the Everglades. Okay.
How many people live there? A couple thousand?
Yeah, maybe a couple. That's a smaller town. Right. So you got apartment complexes. You got
Fucking
little
weird,
towns.
man. That's so weird.
So I've been fishing here, bro. Check this out. So I've been fishing all over here.
So weird. Yeah.
I've been fishing all up and down this coast, and I've been fishing in my favorite part ever, which is part of the
Called
Everglades
Shallow,
National Park,
Yeah.
all the way down in here. This is called the Aerojet Canal. Okay, and I can show you where I've taken 2 shits here. Okay, I've taken a shit
Okay.
somewhere in here.
It's real
And I've
want to
taken a
poopy.
shit somewhere over here. Okay, so check this out. These are boats here. So we go out fishing out here,
Trippy.
and the rocket silo that I told you about. Let's see where it's at. It is. There's an alligator farm out here somewhere too.
Why do people have alligator farms? I think there's enough of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, anyways, I'm trying to find the rocket silo place here. It's somewhere in this area that so this canal, bro, that they built, the Aerojet Canal, which connects out to the ocean. This canal right here.
Yeah.
It connects to this Aerojet place because they would. Oh, here it is, right here. This is the abandoned silo. I was
Oh,
talking to
weird.
you
It
about.
looks abandoned.
So
Looks
you pull up
fucking
here.
weird.
So check that out. You pull up here,
Strange.
and you can visit this place. And the place where the rocket is at, they covered it up because people.
See,
are
it's just
going
bad we
in.
weren't closer. I would 100% go with you out to this place. I love
down,
exploring,
bro.
abandoned stuff. Like we used to go to this ball bearing factory in this small town I used to live in, and like everything was decrepit. It was creepy as fuck. There was like spray paint everywhere. Supposedly a woman died being crushed by ball bearings.
Shit.
And we were like 13. If I have pictures, I eventually want to do this for a live or something like that, and take a bunch of pictures of my photo album.
So
Because I have a bunch of photos of me as a kid, like fucking around Ouija boards and breaking into factories and
So they would use
and
these
shit.
barges, right, bro? They would use these canals to bring in their rockets to this place. It was this Aerojet Canal was specifically built for this abandoned rocket silo. So they would use
Very
these
strange.
canals to be able to transport stuff to it, and
Yeah.
they've covered up a lot of them too, bro. There's you see here how it's filled
Yep.
in. They filled in a lot of them, and they're killing wildlife like crazy out here, bro.
So for the
But-
listeners, obviously most episodes you're 100% queued good for listening on audio. Almost every episode is all audio pretty much. Like we put out all of our episodes on YouTube too, so you can see the video. Mostly is you see our faces talking, but specifically for certain episodes, even like this one, it's good to just jump on the YouTube and then check out the things that we're seeing and talking about. And I'm also going to mention, obviously, for like specials. Like me and Billy have the Easter special coming out. Where we're going to talk about everything to do with Easter, the history behind it, weird, strange traditions, and stuff along those lines. So those are the episodes you want to tune into the YouTube. We get thousands of downloads on audio, but for the people that want to tune in the YouTube, honestly, look up Strange Root Podcast, and then for Juan, he's got the One-on-One podcast. But for only specific episodes, it'll randomly be where you'll actually have to maybe tune in if you want to see what we're talking about or see images that we're displaying for certain episodes. Not all, it's only a couple, but that's why you tune in the specials on YouTube.
I want to show you the facility before we go because so check this out. This is the facility, bro. This is the abandoned rocket silo in Homestead. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some pig people would come in here and live in this area because it's a huge complex. Bro, look how big it is. It's they were contracted by NASA. Here's the rocket that's still there, bro. There's a rocket that's still there, still has a stamping in NASA.
I would 100% go if I could, which eventually will happen if I can ever leave. Me and Anton will probably be visiting some weird, strange things in Buffalo and stuff like that. It will happen because the conservatives and other governments are really pushing for them to lift all these ridiculous restrictions.
So just so you get a vast, an idea of how vast this place is, and if something lived out there that you wouldn't ever know about because it's miles and miles and miles of open swampland. So
yeah.
Do I believe that these squallies could be out there? 100%, bro. Do I think there's an alligator man? 100%. Do I think that there is some sort of skunk ape out there? 100%. Why? Because I think that they are, again, back to the book of Enoch, right? We have these ancient scriptures where these are remnants of these ancient people back then. That's how you get minotaurs. What the fuck is a minotaur?
I've always said that too, that that it's just related back to things that they could have actually have seen, just like how people are like reptilians or demons. And it's like, no, that's what the Bible told you they are, but these motherfuckers were probably seeing reptilians and then said they were demons because that's all they
didn't know what to say. Yeah, exactly.
Cave drawings, the same thing. So being short in stature, these squally creatures were frequently referred to as children. It was thought that they had been home to a population around 30 or 50 adults at one point. Some believe that few of them still inhabit this area in other regions around Florida. Well, how these squallies came into existence is believed to be some sort of experiment by some sort of government agency. Obviously, things went wrong as they were mutated into pig people. Now, imagine hearing this. You're walking through the fucking Everglades and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Well, I hear that when I go boar hunting, bro.
Yeah, but then you know what? Then you walk a little further, see a man out in the forest. You see him, he's standing there, and then you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He looks at you, turns, and then you get chased.
Nah, bro. Fuck that. I wouldn't be terrified of that. I'd be terrified of this shit right here. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Or this right here. Like if I heard that in the woods.
You have the fucking goddamn Wilhelm scream. I have that too somewhere on my soundboard. It's just funny that that one scream. Have you ever seen A Princess Bride?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
bro.
come on. That movie's fucking gold. It's like a comedy, but it's like kind of serious. You should check out Princess Bride. He's getting like tortured in the dungeon chamber, and that scream is the same. They use that exact scream. That
if I heard that shit, because bro, I told you about my story where I went hunting one time, right?
Wait, what?
I was out hunting in the middle of the woods with a buddy of mine, and we're sitting in a tree stand, right? We're about 12 feet up in the air. And mind you, any little sound out there, because there's nothing out there. All you hear, the only light out there is the moonlight, okay? And we heard an armadillo coming up, and it sounded like a fucking Bigfoot walking through the forest. So we're sitting there, right? And we start talking about aliens. Mind you, this is pitch black. You can't even see your hand in front of your fucking face. We start talking about aliens, and we go, bro, what's the scariest thing you've seen out here, bro? He goes, you know what, man? One time I caught on my trail cam a dude with no shoes, no shirt, and a rifle. He looks at my trail cam, gives me a thumbs up, and peaces out.
What the fuck?
Dude, yeah.
That
so then he's like,
actually.
He's like, yeah, bro. So if I'm scared of anything, it's not Bigfoot or anything else. It's these people that live out here because they're the ones that are crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of like movies like The Wrong Turn, where you have these mentally handicapped and
Well, I'm not done, bro.
physically deformed people.
So I might go to a Bigfoot convention soon in June with another podcaster that's in the area. And this one guy that did a documentary on the skunk ape here in Florida. And one of the things that my buddy, while we were having this conversation, he goes, "Oh yeah, and by the way, dude, there was a Bigfoot sighting off of 95 one time around here. And less than 5 miles away, bro, there was a Bigfoot sighting in the area that we were in." Okay, so I'm like, I look at him and I go, "Bro, you brought me out here to fucking hunt in Bigfoot and skunk ape country, and you ain't telling me until we're here, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, and we're just sitting in some stupid ass tree stand with a bow and arrow, like with a fucking crossbow. What are we supposed to do, bro? Like if Bigfoot comes running at you, what are you gonna do, bro?"
I would love to do that stuff. I love the idea of being scared when you have some sort of control. Things like, Billy for my, I don't know why, but I'll bring this up very quickly. Billy for my bachelor party was like, "Yo," as to this Anton, he's like, "We should go skydiving." I'm like, "I'm not fucking going skydiving." I was like, "What if I get fucking killed on the way down?" He's like, "You're strapped to someone." I was like, "I can't trust that guy next to Adam. I don't fucking know who he is." And I'm like, and he's like, "Yo, we gotta do." He's like, "I'm scared too. We'll go together." And I was like, "Okay, you go first, and I'll just fucking hide back in the plane because I'll shit myself on the way down." The guy's gonna have poop all over his body when I shit myself because you're strapped to him. He'll shit all over his dick like he fucked me because I'm gonna fucking shit myself. I do not like heights. I would shit myself.
The aspect of these pigmen being a government experiment, I can believe it, bro, because boar are actually an invasive species here in Florida, and there are millions and millions of boar here in Florida.
Well, and that's what I've said. People just leave them there, right? We've talked about this, how they bring tigers as pets, and they're like, "Oh, like, this is a good idea for a pet." Or alligators, the whole idea of the New York urban legend that somebody flushed baby alligators down the toilet, and then they grew in the sewer, and then there was alligators in the sewer of New York. That's a big urban legend. Never heard about that?
Is that real though? Is there alligators in New York?
As far as they know, that's an urban legend, but the whole urban legend came from, maybe somebody bought them as pets and then flushed them down the toilet, couldn't handle them. So obviously that's where it's came from. So obviously,
actually.
Yeah, it's weird. Obviously things went wrong and they turned into mutated fucking pig people. Stories have emerged mentioning that maybe an abandoned laboratory somewhere near DeSanto. Yeah, you probably know where this is. DeSoto. DeSanto?
In Florida?
Yeah.
Fort DeSanto?
DeSanto, yeah. Boulevard or Oil Well Road. Do you know where Oil Well Road is?
No. I'll look it up though. I mean, I've probably passed by there. Yeah, I mean looks like it's in Miami somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Because the story isn't too thick, I'm gonna smoke up my new weed pen. Well, it's like, no, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. You start to space out like the pig people.
All right. So, in which these were created, and obviously they were born, so to speak, or created. Jesus, in these laboratories.
Can't handle your shit, bro.
It's fucking Pineapple Express, man. Some people believe that the Squallies originated from interbreeding over time, which eventually will lead us into the story we're going to get into next. Because as Juan said, we're going to start getting into sometimes, not all the time, but there will be times we're going to have an episode and then another episode that connects to the last episode we talked about.
It's easier that way, bro. We
kind of connect into different subjects. And I think it's been time since we talked about cryptids, and this is technically a cryptid. Mm-hmm. So from this, they suffered, obviously they were disfigured, and they had numerous different diseases. They had all these different diseases, and they suffered from being disfigured. And you know what? We don't really like disfigured people, especially, from the 80s and before. Don't say that, bro. No, well, the government doesn't like them. They put them in fucking mental institutions like, yo, you know what? These like 5 nurses can deal with 60 fucking mentally ill people. And that's fine. They can throw poop all over the facility. And you know what? These nurses that we paid next to nothing can deal with it. Happened. That's history. It is what it is. So it's just crazy because these Squallies lived in supposed to be high protected communities in wooden outskirts of Naples in Florida, and miniature houses with bridges like they were part of some sort of child nursery rhyme.
Well, I mean, I showed you the houses out there. I mean, that's not. I'm not making that shit up, bro.
Weird, dude. Okay, and they're supposed to be like this pig creature, right, from the Don Knotts movie Private Eye, but they're smaller, and they've been referred to as like children.
Mm-hmm.
So they're small pig people. Which, okay, a big pig person, okay, is scary. You think about maybe the movie like Saw, where she's wearing the pig head, something like that, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of small little pig people. It's just like, what do you choose? Do you choose one big pig man that's like 5 to 6 feet, or do you choose 10 pig people that are like, there's like fucking 10 of them?
Neither.
I don't know.
I mean, if I had to choose, neither. I mean, if I was gonna be abducted in the Everglades, I'd probably
Holy
choose
fuck.
neither. But I mean, I showed Tom. You saw the houses, okay? For the listeners,
Yeah.
check out the YouTube video. It's on there. There's houses in the middle of nowhere.
Would you rather be taken and raped by Bigfoot or taken and raped by 10 little pig people?
Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I take.
You know what? At least his dick, as we've talked about before, probably has some fur around it. So it kind of feels like nice going in and out. It's just kind of a comforting, nice. It hurts, but you know what? It's soft.
Do you think they fight over people when they abduct people? Like, and you run into like a skunk ape or like a chupacabra while you're there, and they're like, "No, give him to me." He's like, "No, I want him." And then you're like, "Well, so who do you want to go with?" It's like, "Well, I guess I'll go with the chupacabra." You know, go back to my ancestor roots. Of Puerto Rico.
I guess, like, you know, and if Bigfoot is as tall as sometimes they say he is, he's like, just has me under his arm. I'm like, never mind, I want the pig people. And then they carry me like ants. Like
power bottom for Bigfoot, bro.
Fucking Jesus. Like, if I can get this over with right now, I'll make him come and then I'll run away.
Okay, this is Tom while he's...
I'd be like, more be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, check this out, bro.
Illuminati confirmed.
Is that you?
That was a fan that sent me that, bro.
Oh my god. As a theory, I should get fans to send it. I'm sure there would be a bunch of host heads out there that would send me some ridiculous shit. If you want to, strangebrewpodcast@gmail.com. Send me a stupid fucking sound effect and I'll play it on the show.
Listen, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. So a theory is that the government obviously protected this conspiracy where people were maybe genetically mutated or modified, sent to live at this place called the, I think it's the Nethlormda Sanctuary, off the road of Desesto Road. And in the plains, and there's helicopters supposedly that are kept from flying over this area of where all these pig people are at. It is here where anyone who passes by supposedly will be shot by a crazy old man. Goddamn kids, get off my goddamn lawn. And you know what? It's that goddamn cat again. It's that goddamn cat again. It's a goddamn pig people. But my cat, he's like, I'm just gonna try to protect my cat. So if you motherfuckers come around here, I got a shotgun because you know what? All my kids and my wife is over there. Sir, why are your wife and kids look like fucking pigs? Okay, just don't worry about it, okay? My wife is a pig. I met her on a farm long ago. Do you want to hear my love story? I have a very emotional love story in connection with pigs. I stole one pig from this farmer on the outskirts of the Everglades, and you know what? She's been a very faithful wife. It's like some guy just spitting on you and shit while he's talking about his fucking wife, and he fucked a pig, and he's like, I didn't know what could happen, but she had 5-6 humanoid creatures.
I believe that 100%. That's the epitome of Florida, man, right there.
It is, and the fact there's some old crazy man, and it's like whether or not he was a specific, he was part of this specific community, or simply maybe a security guard is unknown. Nobody knows what the fuck this guy is up to. Others say that the Squallies wait for people to break in so they can be captured, and they eat them alive. And I was gonna play the clip from. You ever seen the movie Snatch?
No.
What? You ever seen Snatch? Fucking
Tom, why does it always surprise you when I haven't seen a certain movie, bro?
There was a fan that commented on the Podbean, because that's where our show gets branched out to and stuff like that. And someone's like, first of all, Juan needs to watch more fucking movies. Someone made a comment like that. I'll have to send you it. And because I think it's where we talk about how you've never seen Indiana Jones until recently.
Yeah.
But so Snatch is by Guy Ritchie, great fucking film, and Brad Pitt is an Irish boxer that you can barely. He's like, you like dogs? You like dags? I like dogs. And he like fucking it's a thick retarded accent. Sorry for my grammar, but it's
Here.
he does a stupid but it's a really good movie where he like one punches people. Like he one punches them.
One Punch Man.
So they try to put him up towards this big guy, Gorgeous George. And I'm not going to spoil it, but spoiler alert, he ends up like fucking knocking out Gorgeous George. But it has to do with this guy named Bricktop. And in the movie, I was going to put the clip of him, and he talks about, you feed dead bodies to pigs because pigs go through bone like butter.
Had the movie Hannibal, bro.
Yes. So it's
you guys say I don't watch movies. Fuck you guys. Because I do watch movies.
Because Hannibal and even the show shows that how the one guy that's he's deformed and stuff like that, and he feeds the people to pigs, and pigs will go. That's why you have to pull out the teeth. The whole idea of like Robert Pickton fucked up, the serial killer from out west in Canada, which we'll eventually definitely get into, is that he killed a bunch of prostitutes and fed them pigs. And you gotta sift through the shit, and if you're not gonna pull out the teeth at the beginning, you're gonna have to do it after because you're gonna get caught. But they will munch through bones. That's how powerful pigs' jaws actually are. It is pretty intense. So I was gonna play that clip. The fact that imagine you have pigs on their own. Can eat a human body, I think, in the matter of an hour or two. It does not take long. And then imagine a pig person that is probably, they're supposed to be like the size of children. So the size of a normal sized pig just standing
like little pig piranhas. Just like.
Yeah, and they're humanoid. But if you had a big pig man, like he's like fucking 5 to 6 feet, fucking 15 minutes. Like we eat a Big Mac, he can fucking eat through a human body like no problem.
Well, bro, like this is... I think it's possible. I mean, I'm not gonna
I think anything is fucking possible, man. At this point, I don't fucking know what to believe anymore. So obviously, like we have more legends mention a certain place known as the sanctuary where supposedly they were created. And it is here that anyone who passed by were shot by this crazy old man. And no one knows if he was a security guard or not, but obviously a sense of paranoia took over this location. As people were in fear for their lives, and others, while they lived in fear of being ate by some fucking goddamn pig people. Since the 1960s, a number of strange events have said to occur regarding the Squallies, okay? So let's hear one story specifically about the pig people. So in Florida... in the Golden State Estate, June 14th, 2011, police in Florida said a man accused of crashing his motorcycle told police officers it was the fault of the boogeyman. The Florida Highway Patrol said that James Scarborough, 49, of Golden Gates Estate, was taken to a physician's, this regional hospital with minor injuries on Sunday, after he apparently crashed his motorcycle into some trees. He became pinned under the vehicle, and the Naples Daily News reported it Tuesday. Police said that Scarborough was shouting profanities, motherfucking goddamn fucking pig, fucking pig, goddamn pigs, fucking shit, goddamn pigs, and attempting to leave his hospital bed when they interviewed him. He's trying to pull the Tupac, bro. He's trying to pull the Tupac. He's like, "Those pigs fucking goddamn got me. God fucking shit, man. Fuck, just get me out of here." And so when they went to interview him, he's freaking out. And he said he denied crashing his motorcycle. He told them he became pinned under the bike due to the actions of the boogeyman. We'll get into that. Essentially, these Squallies are rampant feral people just roaming free. You could find them anywhere around this area. And obviously, what was the Squally? It's hard to say. Officers said they smelled the strong odor of alcohol from Scarborough's breath. But just because you're drunk does not, like, being drunk and seeing something, you can be. Shut up, Tom. I guess. I've never been drunk and seen something. I would be more or less to deny what I've seen.
I mean, but your perception is obviously altered. Okay.
Well, what did he see then? Okay, he crashed his motor, unless he's just trying to make an excuse that he didn't actually crash his motorcycle. I didn't do that. The pig people did it.
Yeah.
He had Miriam down the street with her inbred children, just concerned about these pig people. And then she's telling him the story while he's delivering her milk. I don't know why he's delivering milk, but he's doing that. And then she tells him the story about the pig people, and he's like, all right. And then he crashes.
Maybe he
motorcycle
thought
that
by
day.
saying that they're like, you know what, they're just gonna let me off with a warning. It's like, oh, the pig people did it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we run into those all the time. Yeah, let's just go ahead and let's continue this. Let's
Chalk it
go,
down
Bob.
to
You
that.
know,
Yeah, and he literally said that it was the pig people that made him crash his bike, and then they pinned him down with his motorcycle.
let's get him on the podcast, bro. Let's hit
Yeah.
that guy up and get him on the podcast.
James Scarborough, 49. This is in 2011. So what are you, like 62 or 61? Where the fuck are you at, bro? Where you at? We want to talk.
Write us an email, strangebrewpodcast@gmail.com, and hit
Yeah.
us up, bro.
Or ride your motorcycle to. I'm just not gonna have to say my address. He shows up. He's like, I heard you were talking about me. So obviously, the Florida Squallies is a story. It's a crazy legend. It's technically an urban legend, but it's very similar to the legend of the Pigman of Canuck and Canuck Chase in the UK. And that will bring us into our next episode of Strange Wands. Will be the Pigman of Canuck Chase in UK.
Illuminati confirmed.
Those things will fuck you up.
I know. I think this was a fun episode. It was something different, something like we could kind of rant about and just shoot the shit and talk about the pig people. The Pigman of Canuck Chase is actually a little deeper than this. It actually has more substance, if you could imagine, of a pig person story. Urban legend.
I just found it weird that I've been there, like to the area where they talk about this, and I had no idea about this.
If I ever come to Florida, you're going to give me a shotgun and we're going to go look for these pig people.
I'm down, bro. I mean, I'm down to go try and find that sanctuary or whatever. We'll document.
It's fucking weird, dude. And then all of a sudden, it's like fucking Tomcat and Juan went missing in 2023.
Yeah, don't say that, bro.
The 411, they missed right next. They were missing right next to a cave where reptilians supposedly exist.
That's right, pig people.
I thought that was a lot of fun. It was something different. I said to Juan, we should dive back into some cryptids and some weird stuff because I keep saying, we're gonna get back into some history stuff soon. It's coming. Me and Juan are both fairly busy for being podcasters the way we are, and all the stuff that we have to, take our time putting into this life that we've chosen now to be a cult of the podcastians. But it is, I want to get something fun. I saw this and I remember sending you over the chat. I was like, check this shit out. Fucking pig people of Florida. So I was like, I thought it'd be hilarious because we seem to stick very closely to Florida. I want to get into some stuff in Ontario, but man, Florida is just, it's rife with this fucking shit, dude. It is. Urban legends, murders, fucking bloodbath, fucking true crime stories. Like, it's just a lot of weird shit where you live, bro.
Yeah, bro. I want to maybe get into like some pagan ritual shit that happens in Florida. I'd be interested in looking.
That would be cool too. And there's so much true crime. I told you, we're not done. We're not done with the true crime of Florida. There's so much more. Even Samuel Little, which is a big serial killer to get into. If we choose to do that on Strange Wands, I think it would be appropriate. Samuel Little is like the whole surrounding Florida and stuff like that. And he's a fucking full on, like, heavy fucking big time. I call him the big time man. He's a big dude. Like, and when it comes to serial killer lore, not even lore, but serial killer facts, Samuel Little is pretty fucking crazy. That's a big story to get into. So we'll get into stuff like that. But just be prepared, because you're going to hear more pig people or pig men, specifically a pig man, on the next episode. Because I said these are all like supposed to be the size of children. So as I was kind of referring to, imagine a man that is a pig humanoid creature will pretty much be what we get into on the next episode.
So stay strange and
Hail Nicolas Cage.
All right, enough of that Hail Nicolas Cage shit. You know where to find us, www.strangerepodcast.com, www.patreon.com/strangerepodcast. Anywhere you want to find us, it's Strange Brew Podcast. Other than Twitter, which Anton runs, which is Real Strange Brew. I fucking hate Twitter, so I will never. I'll check out and make sure fucking Anton's doing the right shit on the page, but I fucking hate Twitter and always will. But make sure you tune into all the stuff. Follow, the Instagram, and we do have the host heads page out. We used to have like almost 1,000 people. Now we have like 300 people because it got fucking shut down for literally serial killer memes. It got cut for serial killer memes. One where it was like Jeffrey Dahmer. You don't tell Jeffrey Dahmer who to have over for Thanksgiving. Like shit like that, where that's Facebook is getting so censorship. But we have the Hose Heads page. So if you're inclined, you're on Facebook. There, look up Strange Brews Hose Heads, and you'll find it. And people are posting conspiracy shit and some fucking weird stuff.
At the 101 podcast on all social media platforms. Hit me up. Yep.
Yeah, follow the stuff. So that's how you support us. Is following us, buying merch, fucking jumping on the Patreons. It's very cheap. Mine, I think you got your tier 1 is $3. We have one tier, it's $3. You get fucking live shows, you get fucking extra episodes, you get fucking literally live stream of games, me fucking smashing my face with the microphone, stuff like that. It's all fun times, man. So yeah, you know what? Till next time.
Later, you fucks.